Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Big Data Analytics with Hadoop, Spark, Python and R. My name is Pratik Shirbhate and today we'll be continuing with the Linux commands. In the previous video, we have seen pwd, which is used to display the present working directory. Then we have seen cd, which is used to change directory or to navigate to a particular directory. And then we have seen ls command to list out all the files and directories in a present working directory or in a directory which you are going to give a path in ls command. We have also seen the different flags used along with the ls command. Then we have seen the cat command, and before that we have seen the touch command to create a blank text file. And then we have seen cat command, which is used to display the content of a text file, which is also used to write a content in a text file using a terminal. Then we worked with the directories. We have used mkdir to create a directory. We have also seen different flags along with the mkdir command, which are basically to create a subdirectories and creating a creating a files in a directory. And then we have seen rm and rmdir command to delete or to remove the directories. So in this video we'll be working with creating multiple copies of a file, renaming files, moving files to a different directory. We'll also see how to work with the big files, and at the end we'll see how to change the permission of a file. So first let's get started with the copy commands. Now let us check the present working directory pwd. So we are under home user, so let us change directory to the desktop. Okay, so display content, you can also see the content on the left side. Now I have a file. Okay, let us open file .txt. Okay, this is my first line, this is my second line. Okay, we have some uh, content in that file. Now I want to create a copy of this file. I can do that with the cp command. Cp the file which I need to copy, so file .txt, and let's say I want to give this name as file copy file. Okay, copy underscore file .txt. Okay, if I hit enter, you can see a file has been created. Let us check the content of that file with the cat command. Cat copy underscore file.txt. Okay, you can see the same content. If you want to copy this file to a particular directory, let me display the content of this file directory. Okay, currently it's blank. So let us try to create a copy of this file file.txt and move it to a directory called file. So to do that, we need to give the cp command, the file which needs to get copied, file.txt, and the folder or the directory to which this copy has to be done. So this is file. Okay, if I hit enter, and now if I just display the content of file file directory, you can see file.txt is created. So let us say if this file has already been copied and somebody is trying to copy it again, okay, what will happen? So now file let us also change the content. Okay, let us open the file. Okay, and let me change the content. Now what happens if we want to copy that file again? If I hit enter, and now if I go back to that file, you can see the content is changed, the content is overwritten. So in multiple times, right, we do not want the existing file to get replaced. So in that case you can use -i flag. So in this case, if you are executing this command, it will display a message whether if the file is already available, then it is going to display a message whether you want to replace it. So okay, it gives me a message saying that overwrite this file. You can, if you do not want to overwrite, you can give n flag, or if you want to overwrite the file, you can also give y flag. Okay, you can also copy directories to a different directory. Let's say uh, I have this file directory, I can copy that, copy, and let me give the new name as file 2. So now you can make sure that the file directory has some the files inside. Okay, let us try to execute this command and see what happens. It says copy omitting directory file. So the file 2 directory is not created. So in that case you can use -r flag. Okay, now you can see the file 2 directory is created along with the content inside that folder. Moving on to next command, that is move command. Now you have file.txt available on your desktop. You just want to create a new copy of it, and at the same time want to delete the previous. So this operation is identical to renaming a file. So in that case you need to give mv command, mv, then the file and the file to which it is renamed, so the new name. So let's say file underscore renamed. So you can see that now before executing this command we have this file. Okay, now if you just display the content. Okay, looks like the folder is renamed. Okay, let us try to do it once again. File.txt to file renamed .txt. Okay, now you can see the file is renamed. You can also move this file to a different directory. To do that, mv, let's say if I want to move this file renamed .txt to folder 1. Okay, folder 1. Okay. Now if I just display the content of folder 1, you can see the file has been moved from desktop to a folder 1. You can also move directories in different directory. Let's say if I want to move this file to directory under folder 1, I can do that with mv file 2 and then the destination folder, let's say folder 1. Okay, and now if I just display the content of folder 1, you can see that this file 2 folder is moved to folder 1. Previously we have seen cat command to read a file. um, so let's say if you have a huge file, then in that case cat command won't be helpful for you. So let us try, let me show you the content of the desktop. Okay, so I have this file world cup players.csv. Let me open it with the cat command. Okay, okay, now if you want to scroll up, then I mean this is going to really difficult to identify any navigate to particular line. So in that case you really need to use the scroll to scroll up and then scroll to scroll down, and there is also no way you can go to the top of the record. Okay, so now I have reached the top of the terminal, but still it's not displaying the first record. Now to work with this problem, we have a lace command. So if I just give lace and followed by the file name. Okay, let me clear the screen first. Okay, and instead of cat, let me give lace command. Okay, hit enter. So you can now see the content, you can see the first line, and if you want to scroll down, you can just press this down arrow key. You can also press the up arrow key. If you want to navigate to the next page, you can just give the space key. Okay, let's say if you want to go to the end of the text file, just give shift and G. Here is the end of record. Again, if you want to go to the top of the record, you need to enter 1 and then G. So here we are at the top of the record. So let's say also if you want to search a particular pattern on or a particular keyword, you can also do with this for with this forward slash and the name you want to search. Let's say if I want to search Alex. Okay, so it gives me the record Alex. And also if I want to go to the next item having the word Alex, I can just give N, or I can press the N key. Okay, you can see the multiple records. You can also search for a pattern using regular expression, and to exit of this ls command, you need to just give Q and then you will be out of the ls command. If you want to edit the existing files, you can also uh, use some inbuilt editors. There are two types of editors installed by default in your Linux, that is Nano and the Gedit. So let me display the content of this file, file2.txt. Okay, it says hello, and let's say I just want to modify this word. Okay, just want to make it capitalized. I can open this file in Nano Editor, or I can open this in Gedit editor, and then the file name, file2.txt. Okay, now I can modify this and I can save this. You can also, if you are working with the scripts, right, different C script, C sharp script, or the bash script, you can use the Nano Editor. Okay, so this is the sample text. Okay, you can, to save, you can just see this control O to write out, and to exit control X. So let us do control O first. Okay, it says file name to write, file.txt. If you agree, if you want to rename, you can do it here, or else you can hit enter. And then to get out of this Nano Editor, you can just press control X. Okay, um, at the end we'll look into how to change the permission of a file. Now let me display the content in a long format, ls-l. This we have already seen. Okay, and let's say if I want to see the permission of file2.txt. Okay, here is file2.txt. It says rw, r, and r. So what exactly this means? You can have three, I mean you can have r, for which stands for read, w which stands for write, and in some of the folders you can see x is also there. Okay, so x stands for executable. So currently and also you can see r is written thrice. So there are three different types of user. One is the first user of the machine owner. The second is for group, and the third is for others. So if apart other than you, if someone wants to edit this file, they won't be able to, because they do not have write permission. They can just read the file. And if you have let's say if you convert this file to .txt into executable file, but you will not be able to execute it since it is not having the permission of execute. You can just read or write. Now how do we change the permission? So to change the permission, we have this chmod command. Chmod, let me type it here. And then you can uh, give u for stands for user, g stands for group, and o stands for other. And you can just give plus whatever. Let's say if I want to give w to all, I can just give plus w. And then I need to give a file name. So file 2.txt. If I hit enter, okay, and now if I repeat ls-l, okay, this is file2.txt. See, you can see the difference. Earlier it was rw, but now it is rw. You can also take out the permission uh, through minus sign. Let's say if I want to give minus r, Okay, and hit enter. Now if I try to open that file through cat command, let's say file2.txt, it will throw an error saying that permission denied, since we removed the R, that is read permission, from all the users. UGO. Let's say if you want to give this read permission only to the first user, you can do that using U and then plus. Okay, U plus R. Okay, now if you want to read it, you will be able to read the file. Few minutes before, I mentioned executable file or the bash file. So let us try to create a bash file using Nano Editor. So let me clear the screen first. Okay, okay, Nano, followed by the script name. Let's say the file name is script1.sh. Okay, so this .sh is an extension of executable file, which is also a bash file. Okay, so we'll see one or two commands. So more detailed bash scripting we'll see in next videos, or somewhere after completion of our Hadoop course. So as of now we'll see like one or two basic commands. Okay, so now we are in the Nano Editor. um, so the very basic command is an echo. So if I give echo followed by the word or whatever you want to print. Okay, um, let me give it in a single quote. Okay, now to save I need to press Ctrl O. It says file name to write, you need to hit enter, and to exit out of this uh, you need to give Ctrl X. Okay, now if you want to execute this file, you need to earlier we used to give cat command and all. So this time you need to give dot and then this forward slash followed by the script name. So the script name was script1.sh. So by the way, like let me show you if the file is created. Okay, you can see it here, script.sh. So we have also seen whenever you create any file, we usually have a read and write permission but not the execution permission. So let us see what happens if we try to run the script. Okay, it says permission denied. So let us quickly check the permission. Okay, so here is the file, script1.sh, and you can see it is a read write for user, read for group, and read for other. So let us change the permission with the chmod command. So we have seen for user it is u and plus x for addition of the executable permission to the file, and followed by the file name. So script1.sh. Okay, now let us try to re-execute it again. Okay, you can see this line is executed. Whatever we have written under echo is repeated here. Okay, by the way, like if you want to get more details about any of the command, you can always use man command, which is a manual. So let's say if I want to display how to use ls command, so just give man then space ls. You can see the list of I mean the list of different flags you can use along with the ls command. ls then hyphen, and then the options being hyphen a hyphen capital A. So you can see multiple. You if you just scroll down, you'll be able to see there are many, and it is not possible to cover everything in the video class. So you, if you want, you can just go through this. It may not be useful all the times, but in certain cases you may need to use these flags. So now to quit or to come out of this man command, you need to give q. So you are out of this man command. We have seen in the previous uh, session, we have seen the use of cat and lace command. So let's say if you do not want all the records, if you just want first three records of any file, in that case you can use the head command. So head and followed by the file name, World Cup players dot csv. Okay, if you hit enter, so by default this is gonna print first 10 records. So you can also change that number of records. Let me clear the screen first, and let's say if you just want to display the first three records, so in that case you can use hyphen n flag and followed by the number of records to be displayed. Okay, so these are the first three lines of that file. In the same way, you can also use tail command to display the bottom three records of the file. Um, you can also use find command. So if you want, if you have created a file, let's say few days before, and if you want to locate that file, then in that case you can use a find command. So let's say you have created this folder one in desktop folder, and if you want to search it, then you can just search using this find command, find, and then let's say let me open any of the folder first and see if I have some files. Okay, file rename.txt. So let's say you have this file. Okay, file underscore rename.txt, but you do not know where exactly it is stored, but you have a notion that somewhere you have created it in a folder one, but not in but you don't remember under which subfolder it has created. So you can give folder name, folder way one. If you want to search the file under this folder one, and then you give hyphen name and followed by the file name. So the file name was let me open the folder again, file renamed.txt. Okay, it will display it. If you do not even remember the name of the file, but if you know that it is let's say a .txt extension file, then in that case you can just remove this name and give this star .txt. So this will display all the text file in that folder. Okay, here is a file 2.txt. Now let's say you have this file, big file World Cup players, and if you want to know the number of lines or the number of words or the number of characters, so in that case you can use the wc command, wc followed by the file name. give a space. Okay, the first entry display the number of lines, so there are about 37,000 lines, number of words, and then the number of characters. So moving on to some general commands. If you want to display the current date and time, you can use date command. Okay, it will display Tuesday, June 12th, and the time. You can also display the date in different format. So let's say if you want the date in, let's say, uh, DD and then hyphen the name of the month and hyphen YY. In that case, you can also give date, and in the double quote, you need to give some extension plus, let's say, percent %D hyphen percent %H and then hyphen percent %Y. Complete the double quote. Okay, it will display the date in this format. So there are list of commands which you can use with the date command. To list out that the details, you can use man command. Okay, you can see these many. You also have some extension how to use it. It's a very long list. So as per the requirement, you can just modify the date command. You can also display the calendar with the cal command. If you want to display the calendar of, let's say, 2018, just give cal followed by 2018. If you want to display the calendar of current month, previous month, and the next month, you can give cal hyphen 3. Okay, here is the result: June, May, and July. Let me clear the screen. You can also execute multiple commands at once. Let's say you have command 1 and command 2, and if you want to execute the command at once, you can just separate the commands using semicolon. Let's say I just want to list out the content, and at the same time I also want to see the present working directory. Okay, here is the result of the list command, first 3 lines, and this is the present working directory. You can also like instead of this semicolon, you can also use a double ampersand command. Okay, in that case also the result is same. Then what is the basic difference between the this use of semicolon and use of ampersand? So let me give an example. Let's say I'm just wrongly giving this command. Okay, L capital S. Okay, or capital S and then this one. Okay, if I try to execute it, okay, it says the first command, ls command, is not found, and then it will go to the next command. Okay, now let us repeat the same command with the ampersand. Okay, so it says ls command not found, and it stopped the procedure. It will not go to the next command. So with the semicolon, it can bypass the commands if they have the errors, and ampersand will restrict the command flow. It will not go to the next command. We can also go through the grep command, but due to the time constraint, we'll cover this grep command or grep command in the bash scripting sessions. So I think this is all about the Linux command, the frequently used Linux commands. In the next video, we will go through the Hadoop commands and the different aspects of the Hadoop. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe my YouTube channel, and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.